guys, welcome back to the channel, and I need a haircut. It's getting a little shaggy on top, but what I wanted to do today, because I've seen a lot of people talking about this, and I've been thinking about saying something, and you know, why not? You know, it's my channel, I can talk about whatever I want, and something I want to talk about, as you've seen in the thumbnail here, Halo is dead. To me. And I think a lot of other people are just kind of done. You know, Halo Infinite was supposed to be the Halo that gets me back into the franchise. The big Microsoft, the big Xbox seller, and it isn't. It isn't. And let me tell you why. Because modern gaming has ruined another just classic game series. And that's the basic thing, you know? I'll try not to make this into a huge ramble, but essentially modern gaming and the way that these companies try to nickel and dime people is the reason why Halo is now the newest game in a beloved franchise to just be ruined. Continuously. Now, a little backstory here. I never played Halo 1 and 2 when they first came out. My first Halo I played was Halo 3. And I remember asking my dad to please buy me an Xbox 360 if I could get at least half of it. Because this is like when I was like 15 years old. I told him if I can save up money to cover half of it, he would cover the rest. And when I went to my local game store, they only had one Xbox 360 left, and it was the Halo 3 Special Edition. So it was a little bit more expensive than the standard one, but he agreed, he covered the rest of it, and he bought me a copy of Halo 3. The Collector's Edition, or maybe it was the Limited Edition. Anyway, it was my first experience with Halo, and I loved it. I loved Halo 3. I loved the campaign. You know, that was just amazing to play with my brother, you know, through co-op. But the main thing I spent so much time in was multiplayer. And the multiplayer in Halo 3 was fantastic. I spent at least 500 hours playing multiplayer. And it was perfect. That's how gaming should have been, you know? The simplicity of gaming was you played a game, you leveled up in the multiplayer, you unlocked armor pieces, new gun customizations. I don't even think they had gun customizations in Halo 3, but you could play the campaign and unlock things in multiplayer as well. That was perfect. A $60 game, complete in package. Halo 4 came out, and you know what? I liked Halo 4 a lot. I know Reach also came out. I wasn't a huge fan of Reach's multiplayer. The campaign was more my shtick in that game. Then Halo 4 came out. The campaign wasn't bad. I don't think it was as bad as people made it seem. But I spent, once again, more time in multiplayer. And I really enjoyed the multiplayer. The more customization options, the maps. I really enjoyed Halo 4. So when Halo 5 came out, I actually saved up money and bought my first Xbox One specifically for Halo 5. And boy, was I let down. I remember playing that game, finding out, one, there was no split-screen co-op, and then finishing that game in about 5-6 hours, and being absolutely let down that I spent, not only did I buy this game, but that I bought a whole console to play this game. The multiplayer was trash. It was one of the worst microtransaction-filled games that I had played around that time. And that's what it was. It was 100% a game about pumping real money into it to make your character better and to do better in the multiplayer. The stupid requisition cards and these stupid requisition packs, they were way too complicated, and all it mattered was they wanted you to pay money. So I stopped it. I played a couple hours in the multiplayer and then I was just done. And finally, years later, we get Halo Infinite, which was supposed to come out last year, but got delayed because of the poor graphics and the big setback they got from that reveal. So they released the multiplayer first, you know? I'm like, okay, cool, that's pretty awesome. And it's a free multiplayer. even better. My heart was so... It felt full playing Halo again, because after the first couple games, I was having fun. I really enjoyed this game. And then it set in. Where was all the content? I've been playing for a good couple hours and I hadn't leveled up at all. I was still level 1. And so I was thinking, man, this can't be right. So I looked up things online and turns out, yeah, that's not how you really level up. Playing the game is not how you really level up and unlock stuff. It's the battle pass. I totally forgot they announced a battle pass for this game, and that's where my optimism and joy for this game dropped. I think battle passes are trash. I think that they are a cheap way to lock content behind, you know, these stupid challenges, or paying money into them in order to get cosmetics and more customization features. I hated that. I'm like, okay, why can't I just play the game and do well? And the better I do in the game, the more experience I get, the more I unlock stuff and customize my character. Because every Spartan looked the same. You had a couple very basic color options in the beginning, but anyway, the more I played, the more I realized, wow, this game is absolutely is 100% a ripoff. And what I mean by that is, yes, it's a free-to-play game, but they're using the model of most other free-to-play microtransaction-filled games. And I understand a game needs to make money, and what better game to try to make a horrible scheme and rip-off system than Halo, right? I guess that's what they were thinking, because the game just, it isn't good. There are so many things beyond just the fact that the battle pass and the unlocking customizations is trash. The game is bare bones. It didn't have dedicated playlists. I didn't realize that at first, because I was just having fun playing a bunch of different game modes. And then I realized, oh, okay, well, what if I want to play just, you know, Slayer? What if I want to play SWAT? There are no options there. It basically, it hit me that the game was not done. The game the multiplayer wasn't there. It was bare bones, barely any content, and, well, this is the kicker. The worst part is they had the marketplace up and running. You know, like the game barely had any settings. You could actually pick what type of game mode you could play, but thank God they had that microtransaction store ready to go. And the cosmetics are absolutely insane. They honestly believe that, yes, I want the color blue or some detailed pieces of armor, and I'm gonna pay $20 for that. Doesn't make you any better in the game, it just lets you customize your character. And it's not even a color or a customization option you can put for every single different armor type in the game. No, it's just for one type of armor piece. It got so bad that they apologized and said, hey, we're going to rework the pricing for our microtransactions. Yeah, no duh. Why? Okay, and the cat ears. You'll see in the thumbnail. The freaking cat ears. God forbid they actually put in the time to make dedicated servers for Slayer and SWAT, King of the Hill, all these different types of games. But they made sure to get that customization and those microtransactions ready to go. And freaking cat ears. Come on. I don't have any desire to play it anymore, because I know this is not the multiplayer for me. But at the same time, I can't think of a lot of multiplayer games right now that are the old school basic way of playing. You do well, you get experience points, you level up, and you unlock things by playing the game. Sure, there are people saying, oh, the battle pass is there to, you know, you can still unlock things and you just gotta complete the challenges. The challenges there's so many different types of challenges that there's no way people can 100% them during the limited time that they're there to unlock certain pieces of information. You either spend all your free time, like barely get any sleep, skip out your job to make sure you get them, or you can shell out real money for them. It's just, and the numbers for players are dropping. Every week it seems like more and more players are giving up because there's nothing for them in this game. You know, it's either you shell out real money or you just play the game because when you play a battle pass and you have to complete certain challenges, you are required to do things that you normally wouldn't really focus on in a multiplayer game. So you're not really having fun just playing the game. You're going into a multiplayer with a certain goal. If you could do challenges to unlock things or like get more experience than normal, but still play the game and do well and unlock things, that's different. But this is not it. It's shell out, give me money, or you're not going to get any cosmetics. And then the campaign. The campaign released separately on Game Pass, so I didn't buy it. But the fact that the multiplayer is free and the game is the campaign is $60. I'm not even having fun with the campaign anymore. I liked the campaign in the first couple hours where it was a more linear, like traditional Halo, but then as soon as it gets into this open world stuff, I won't lie, it's a little overwhelming, and I don't know exactly what I'm doing. The story seems a little jumbled, confuzzled, all these things, and it doesn't feel like a traditional Halo game. And some people I know were asking for something different, but I was asking for something better than Halo 5. And even the story doesn't even make sense because you have to have read certain books or comics or some type of other lore that they don't talk about in the game. So if you didn't do any of that reading, then you're not going to know everything. The game Halo Infinite was the opportunity for them to come out swinging with a complete package. $60. Make a good multiplayer game with plenty of traditional options, which you did in the previous games. Make a good campaign that is focused. $60, boom. No microtransactions, no predatory ways to take our money. Make a fun game. You know what? If they had done that, this game I imagine would be doing way better and more sales would be happening. People would want to support the studio because they made a good game. But no, they half-assed it. They focused more or less on the monetary, microtransactions and the monetary gain from those few people that shell out money. And you people, I'm sorry, but you're the problem in gaming. You shell out money for the stupidest things. You shell out $20 for the color blue. You shell out $10 for freaking cat ears. And then you ask why people, sorry, that's my cat. We ask why game companies keep doing what they're doing. You know, I don't know. And another thing I found out is that apparently the single player campaign is actually more or less resembles a giant expansion or DLC for the multiplayer. So when you actually buy the physical disc for Halo Infinite, there's nothing on the disc. It just allows you to connect to Xbox Live and play the multiplayer or play the campaign. So what's the point of buying a disc? What is the point of paying $60 for a disc that has nothing on it? Sorry, now I'm just going into a rant, but yeah, I'm just fed up, you know? I'm just fed up with Halo being a terrible franchise now, and like I'm probably never going to give it another chance, you know? It failed. It failed at what it was supposed to do, which was to release a good, old-fashioned Halo game, and I'm talking mainly about the multiplayer here. Really make a great multiplayer Halo game and just let people have fun. What happened to the days of releasing a full game on disc and just bank on the fact that people are going to have so much fun playing it that they're going to tell their friends to buy it, they're going to want to support you, and then that's how you make your money. But no, companies would rather put out an unfinished game, fix it later, and expect the money up front. And just hope that they fix it, you know? I'm just done, you know? I'm sorry, like Halo is dead, and that game's going downhill because it still has no new content. The microtransactions are still horrible. Yeah, there's just no reason to play it. I'm probably gonna go back and play like Halo 4's multiplayer or Halo 3's multiplayer on the Master Chief Collection. So, yeah, I'm done. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think about the whole Halo situation? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you on the next video. Later.